Good evening. Welcome to Roleplay Cafe. This is Symbaroum Session 11. I am tonight's GM. David is playing Malleus, his warrior, human warrior. We have Dell down there in the below there. David. He is playing his changeling staff rune magic wizard. What is it called? Staff rune master.
Staff mage.
Staff mage. Staff mage.
You can call me rune master though.
Oh god.
Yeah. Ruin master. Don't ruin it. Don't ruin it.
Ruin master.
Right. And Todd is playing Cubello. And Cubello again is I want to say like a roguish type character, but I'd never really know. Right?
Yeah, no, he's a roguish kind of treasure hunter sort of.
There we go. Love it. Treasure hunter. Perfect for this game, Symbaroum and the Davokar. Gentlemen, it was harrowing a week or so ago as Taro set out to rescue Malleus by chance with the young boy Bonner, the apprentice of Thoraya. He ended up there purely by accident as Bonner brought him to rescue Thoraya, who had been taken by Darklings and was clearly being used as some type of agent in a bizarre ritual. We all escaped, other than Thoraya. Taro, Malleus, and Cubello all escaped this danger and got back. Malleus had taken a beating. He has no armor, no gear. Thoraya was found the next day by the Queen's army as they investigated these goings-on in the bowels of Thistlehold and took Thoraya, who was found unconscious, into custody. 72 hours. They held him until they could verify that he may not be the cause of these rituals. However, they kept his staff, his magic staff, until they can verify he's not a threat to Thistlehold. Cubello came out pretty much clean in that episode, as well as Taro. Taro now, in our interlude, Taro is working for the army. He has exchanged labor to guard the stables for 2 weeks in exchange for armor and weapons for Malleus and himself in payment. So Taro will not be, of course, in this adventure. And you guys have spent a week or so holed up at the townhouse, working maybe, healing. Of course, Thoraya shows up with Bonner at some point once released from custody. And you've received a missive in the mail that addresses Malleus, Cubello, and Shig. Of course, the Chamberlain, the Queen's Chamberlain, has sent this missive referring to the murder of his son and his daughter-in-law, in reference that his agents have discovered the elf in the Davokar that he believes is responsible for the dastardly deeds that occurred months and months and months ago. And he has deputized Cubello, Shig, and Malleus to go into the Davokar, find this elf, and bring him to justice. Kill him and bring back evidence of such things. This is, he believes, his agents have confirmed it's in the region of the Karelhar, around the town there in the Davokar of Melima. Of course, he doesn't know that Shig has vanished off long times hence and does not know Thoraya. So he did not deputize Thoraya, but there we are. This is where we sit in the townhome. You have this missive in hand. The Chamberlain, who has loaned you the use of this townhome for months, free rent in the city of Thistlehold. Now, payment has come due. He's asking you to do this for what he's done for you.
And we've agreed to, haven't we?
Yeah. Do you want to send a missive back to the Chamberlain, or do you want to just go to work in writing?
I think probably it might be best for us to send something back. Just for not necessarily a keepsake, but just for like how do I want to say it?
So what would you write in this missive?
I would just send something back and say we of course are beholden to your the the Chamberlain's wishes, and in order to right the wrongs that has been done to your family. Basically, it'll be an honor for us to hunt this villain down and bring him to justice.
All right. So you're going to send a missive. You've written a missive. Let's make a persuasion roll to see the quality of this scrawl.
Okay, so persuasive. Okay.
Yeah. No modifier. Well, actually,
okay.
actually, it would be a +2 because obviously you have correspondence with him, and he knows of what you speak. So let's give you a +2 to your persuasion.
Okay, so that's going to give me a modified 14.
Sweet. Okay.
Persuasive. Okay, and my roll is a 6.
Oh, sweet. Okay, so you do your best scrawl, ink, right? You pour the sand over it and blow it dry. Read it out loud to your. Maybe you read it out loud. I don't know. Maybe you don't. But who are you going to send this missive through? Do you want to stop at the Queen's Legation and find a courier, or do you want to?
Do we still have contact with the courier that we assisted before? I can't think of his
Hulse.
name.
You have not seen or heard of Hulse since.
No.
Since you sent him. Since you told him that his former master was in the Davokar at the staging area. You did hear later that they gave this knight, and they gave the actual Queen's Army administrator a medal for rescuing this knight.
That's it.
But you have not heard from Hulse since all of that transpired, right? You haven't seen him around. You haven't heard.
Okay, all right. So we'll just have to grab someone.
Yeah, there are other
random
professional couriers, certainly. Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
And they, of course, they ask, of course, where it's going to, and when you inform him, this goes directly to Yndaros, to the Queens. They.
So I expect all urgency to this missive.
Okay.
And go ahead. Sorry.
No. Please say what you want.
No, I don't know if it would help if I add a few sailors or something to ensure it's
Yeah, the going rate is for is about 50 shillings just to send a missive to Yndaros. However, you could sweeten the pot by making it a full thaler. Guarantee it gets there, right? Guarantee it gets there at speed.
I'll do that.
So, like one thaler, okay.
Yeah, I'll do that.
This guy's a typical. This is not Hulse who gets top dollar. Hulse is the most trusted, but he's vanished. You have not heard or seen of him lately. All right.
Okay.
So you guys tell me what you want to do. What's your plan? Do you want to, Thariah, do you want to attempt to get your staff from the authorities?
No, actually,
martyr. He's going to be a martyr. Thariah is the martyr.
The communication I had with them didn't. I'm letting things cool off, and I'll approach hopefully with something to leverage.
Too much heat.
My ability to inflame the staff. And they tell me they have it. I'm just not 100% sure. There's some doubt in my mind.
Okay.
But as I do this, I had been on the hill underneath there. In fact, Bonner's up there still, and I came to check on Malice's wounds and
true friends.
I had saw him in there, but you hadn't seen me in a while, right? But I come there when you're reading the missive or the cheek flap basically, and come in and wait patiently, and while you after you through responding to it, and then
you are literate, correct?
Probably not.
Interesting. Okay.
No.
So I'll read it to you then. So as to not to make.
Yeah. I wait calmly as you looking inquiringly at fill
Is
in.
the boy literate?
No, he's just as daft as I am as far as like that. Yeah. But
Maybe that's something we can work on. Okay.
There you go. Nice. That might just earn an XP if you can teach this kid how to read, man. That might earn you a couple XP.
I'll have to do it when Thariah isn't looking though.
I like it.
yeah, I mean,
literacy is
not
freedom, baby.
Language.
Literacy is freedom.
Mm-hmm.
This boy will decide he's with a nut.
Yeah, I mean, I read the stone out, but not not the embryo language.
Yes. Okay. All right. Okay. Very important to know. Yep.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right, Cabello, and you were just what were you doing in this last week since this encounter with these winged creatures and the ritual gone wrong in the bowels of Thistlehold?
I think Caballo has really just been kind of he's soured on this Thistlehold place, and he's just chomping at the bit to get outside the walls of this town and some open fresh air, even if it's the Davokar.
Nice.
Do some treasure hunting.
Oh, and you've heard great stories of the wealth and the artifacts that can be recovered in the Davokar. As it hides the greatest civilization remnants of the greatest and richest civilizations you've ever heard of, right? Yes, and Thariah should be able to point you in the right direction, as he claims to have its best interest at heart, but I don't trust him. But I'm just the GM.
That's right.
Yeah, what is GM though?
Your eyes just wondering why Cabello's wearing his shirt.
What's that?
Thariah is just wondering why Cabello's wearing his shirt.
Oh, you guys got the same shirt on. What the hell's going on here?
I
got
the memo. I got the memo that it was Hawaiian night.
None of y'all got that.
Oh man, that hurts. It
doesn't.
I guess you and I are on the outs, David. What's up with that, man?
It doesn't.
I don't know.
We're not in the club. Of course, we have hoodies on. Well, I did. I took mine off.
That's what I was gonna say. I was gonna put
wait. Maybe it's hoodie night and we didn't get the memo.
It's hoodie night, baby.
I didn't get the memo.
Now I feel left out.
Now you know how I feel with the hair.
All right.
Oh.
No, I don't know how you feel with the hair. Haven't for a long time.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's funny. All right, gentlemen.
Anyway,
so Thistlehold, not unlike many of its days, early up with the dawn as hard laborers and miners and army, etc. This is bustling fairly early as the sun comes up. Many treasure hunters and those who use Thistlehold as a place to sell their wares, their treasures, to get rest and recuperation, are back out at it. And at the north gates, if you are indeed going to pursue, obviously you've sent a missive to the Chamberlain, you're going to pursue this Inando, the elf Inando. The north gates are open at dawn. There are authorities there that will check paperwork, or they will sell you licenses if you need to. However, you can pass out of Thistlehold generally without trouble. And they're not going to stop you from leaving Thistlehold. However, if you were coming in, they would certainly inspect your wares and inspect your papers to get back into Thistlehold. And you have the fire break, which is approximately 400, 800 yards of open ground to the Davokar, which you can see again staging as there are other treasure-seeking expeditions preparing. You see more people out here, even at this early hour, than maybe you would like. I don't know how you would feel about the crowds. However, as you pass with your train, Bonner, I'm assuming you're all carrying the pieces of this gear. You're sharing the load of the gear. Maybe the young boy Bonner carrying more of the gear. Right.
As I'm trying to. I've taken Bonder's knife as I had him whittling his own staff, and as we pass by the tree that I'd rested under, you'll see a missing limb, and it's gnarled. Piece of wood is in my grasp, so I'm using it as a walking stick. But if you take any notice, different than carrying before. But I don't make any outward.
Do you want to? Let's make a cunning check to see how well crafted you've made this walking stick.
All right. Any pluses, like +6?
No, what? No. You used a pocket knife to cut a branch from a tree, and you want pluses?
11 in my. Yeah, my cunning is 13, so you got it.
+6 at that.
You're pretty confident that this will be handy in both whipping the boy, beating the boy if you need to, or beating your enemies off of it. Maybe
it's a switch.
Well, it's a little thicker than that. It's more like a staff. This would be a good weapon. It may or may not help you in your using of your rituals, but you feel very confident that it feels right in your hands, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, that's why I rested in that tree anyway. It was a stout tree, so. But anyway, that's what I replaced it with.
Okay.
Homemade. I didn't buy one from the market.
All right. You cross this open plain, the fire break. Along the way, you see some injured being carried back from the actual. Before you break into the Davokar, the staging area, you've all been here before at some point. Maybe not as a group, maybe not in our adventures, but at some point you've been here. Certainly, Thariah and Malleus have been to the staging area because they weren't far from this when they went looking for the knight, the Holz's former master, a man that was described to them. So you've been to the staging area before, where this is the last stop before you actually set off into the Davokar. You are in the break of the Davokar. The minute you cross in, it's darker. Everything is the sound, the ambient sound changes. There is somewhat of a acoustic change as you enter the canopy of the Davokar. You have seen, though, they are tending to some wounded, and they're taking some wounded on stretchers back toward Thistlehold. These are all Queen's Army soldiers that appear to be wounded. And so at some point in the last 24 hours, there's been some event that has caused many of the Queen's Army to be injured or wounded. However, unless you want to ask questions or stop and talk to anybody to discover, you can certainly make out that there's been something that's occurred.
Thariah's composure's relaxed, oddly enough, whenever the shadow of the Davokar kind of went over him. But he's averted his eyes from looking at any of the wounded or potentially diseased as I wish to gather no. But anyway, I'll stay a little bit far afield of that, unless I see someone healthy that I can approach.
Oh yeah, there's definitely healthy people. Yeah.
I'll grab a soldier.
Okay.
And ask him how, just but I'll make sure it's a lower ranking individual.
Okay.
And I'll maybe briefly pull him to the side and ask what's gone on. Has there been some sort of military, activity or?
Yeah, he tells you that there is a small village northwest of here in the Davokar. They are a friendly village of barbarians tribe, but they have been hounded of late by meerkats, large pack of meerkats, and this platoon headed off there the last few days to try to contend with that, and this is what we're bringing back. It was.
Oh wow!
It was. He says, "I was not there, but this is what's left. We fear these meerkats may be a very violent or aggressive pack of animals."
Okay, duly noted. Okay, we do not want to go northwest. Okay. Okay. All right. Okay.
Are we talking meerkats like Lion King, like?
Well, they're a little larger. They're a little larger. I have no idea. I've never seen Lion King, believe it or not. But in this, they are skinless, poison-fanged, a little larger than a house cat. Well, more like a mountain lion, a little smaller than a mountain lion, a little larger. But they hunt in packs. They attack their ambush predators, and they have poison fangs, so they can be a very deadly predator.
Okay, so exactly like the Lion King. Okay, right.
Yeah. What's the old saying? Never mention the Lion King in the middle of your dark fantasy Symbaroum session.
Sorry.
I'm messing with you. Lion King. Oh man, no, I'm kidding. No. I gotta see the Lion King.
Okay.
Right, I know, right?
Okay, so these are nasty beasts.
Yeah. So I'll relay this information back to our small party here.
Okay.
And standing there in this, I guess we're still in the quote unquote waiting or staging area rather.
Right.
Do we have based upon our the missive that we were given? I guess looking over it again.
Yeah, I can pull up my map. Actually, I think I can screen share the map, can't I? Oh, I probably can't in Discord.
I've got it. Yeah, I've got it though.
Wait a minute, you gave it to us, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yep,
did,
in Discord. Northeast. You would come in. So I'm directly above Thistlehold. They're right on the line of the Davokar. Northeast is Malima, and that's the only really bearings you have because he told you that this elf has been seen around in the Karahar around the Malima town.
Once we get to the Malima, we've got to. Okay, all right. Okay, so that's to the northeast of us, and can we get a approximation of how long it will take to get there?
If everything goes well, if Cabello can orientate the group and keep them moving through the Davokar, you should be able to, in the Bright Davokar, do 1 hex per day. So you're thinking it's anywhere from 8 to 10 days to get to Malima. Yeah.
Okay.
That's if everything goes...
You got 13 days rations.
That's if everything goes perfectly.
I know, yeah.
Of course it will.
We got 13 days rations. So
yeah, you would definitely have an idea. You've never been to Malima, but you know where it's at roughly, and you might even have a rough map like this, right?
That's what I was gonna say. Yeah, I'll hold that out. Kind of unfurl it and kind of standing in between the guys here, kind of pointing where we've got to get to, just to give us a rough direction.
Yeah.
And I'll turn to Cabello and say, okay, by your leisure, we're following your lead.
And it's early. It's about 8 in the morning. So Cabello, make our first orientation bushcraft check with advantage. So you roll your, oh my God, it's vigilance. I think it's vigilance, isn't it? Or is it resolve? Which one is it? Shoot, I forgot.
Hold on. Oh wait. Where am I? Page 108.
I think it's vigilance, but
I think it is. Yeah.
unless he has something that changes it.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. Oh yeah, it's true.
But yeah, I mean,
bushcraft. It is
vigilant. Yep.
Yes, vigilant test.
Okay. And which means you're going to roll your vigilant with a advantage, which is +2 to the vigilance. So
wait, when you're saying, so I'm rolling because you said advantage.
Right. So your vigilance is what?
10.
So you roll a 12 and under.
12 or under.
12 and under.
No, make it a 12.
Yeah. Okay. No, you. I'm sorry. When you said advantage, then I was thinking twice.
I see.
Wrong game.
So
Symbaroum game that should not be mentioned.
Symbaroum's advantage is +2, and there's no such thing as disadvantage in Symbaroum.
Okay. All right. Yes. I got an 11.
Nice.
So there we go.
Now I just need David, as you're scouting and keeping eyes peeled for any threats. Let's make that first roll for potential enemies, sir, with a d20. And you rolled and you're going to get to subtract 1 from this thanks to Tharia's successful orientation check as you're moving through this wood. This is pretty easy actually. Anyway, a lot of this ground has been trod by thousands of adventurers over the years. There's almost footpaths into the... Tharia would be probably thinking, this isn't even the Davokar. I mean, we're really not even out of civilization yet. I mean, this is... Until there's no evidence of activity, This is pretty easy
Yeah,
right now.
this
So
is
the
like woods
first
in your
day for
backyard,
Cabello
yeah.
should be an easy day to head you northeast, right? All right, go ahead. Tell me what you rolled there. -1.
That's a modified 6.
Nice,
Like
6. Okay. All right, and then we need to make a as you're
Ruins.
spying potential ruins. Again, now for you, it's a +1, thanks to Cabello's roll.
Okay, plus for on still vigilance, right?
Yep.
And what is he doing, sorry?
Oh my
So he's
God.
rolling to see if he spies any potential dig sites, ruins,
Right,
structures, dungeons.
What's the role he's doing?
No, I had to give it 12 or less, and I rolled a 13.
Okay,
Okay.
like I know malice
No,
is
no.
orientation.
No, you just
Right,
roll
what are you
d20
doing
and add 1 to it.
No,
That's all you do.
it's just a D20 for us, though. Just a straight D20.
Oh, okay.
That's what.
With your-
That's what I rolled.
You rolled a
Okay.
13?
+1?
I rolled a 13.
Okay, so
No,
14.
No, that was with the +1.
Oh, that was with. Okay, all right. So 13.
No, wait a minute. Yes. No, wait a minute. It ain't a +1. You take away 1.
He's doing.
it's-
This is a little
if-
different. This is a little different.
No.
Basically,
No. If he gave me an advantage,
No, I
Cabello
didn't.
gave me an advantage.
Nope.
no,
So
that's what I'm saying.
if Cabello is successful, for enemies, you subtract 1 for David. If he's successful, you add 1 for a ruins table check. So we're just adding 1 to your d20 roll for ruins, to check ruins.
Okay, I screwed. Yes.
Right?
Yeah, I felt it.
Oh,
No, but you didn't. It's just a d20 check.
Hold the phone. Yeah.
Uh-oh, who was that?
David. David got the phone. All right.
We should move. I'm trying to read the games.
It's the
Yeah.
Davokar calling. Okay.
Okay, we're good.
We're good. We're good. There he is.
All right, and I need one of you to make a... well, actually, never mind. All right, so as you plow through the day, moving easily eastward, you're around midday, Cabello. You stumble into an old riverbed, dried riverbed, with a broken down bridge with towers that houses, overarching over a dried riverbed. So you come through the trees. There's an old dried riverbed, and you've got a broken down old bridge and towers here among the trees. About midday. It's about 1 in the afternoon.
On the first day.
On the first day, right? Yep.
So we're still pretty close to the edge of the Davokar, I think.
we're still in the bright.
So
Davokar.
I imagine a place like this has been
Ilford.
pilfered long ago, right?
It's up to you.
Unless
If you want to investigate.
we want to go have a look up from the towers, just to kind of get a better idea of the lay of the land, our bearings.
I say push
Or-
forward.
Push forward.
no
Okay,
need.
that's
No
what I
need.
was. Yeah. All right. That's what I was thinking too. All right. Yeah. Let's keep going.
All right. As you pass under this broken down old bridge, maybe along the riverbed heading northeast, I need a vigilance check from all of you at 0 modifier.
Got it. 4.
Got it.
Oh,
7.
9, got it, barely.
All right. So about the time you get into this rubble, broken down old bridge, you see a shadow cast from the sun. And again, this is like an open area. It's like the canopy's got a hole here. At some point, this is probably a beautiful bridge and small homes, a small little village. You see a shadow cross the riverbed. All of you are aware some movement in the towers and the broken down bridge, arched bridge above you. You hear a couple of hoots and whistles. These are definitely of human origin.
Okay.
Okay.
So hoots and whistles. Okay.
Yeah. I think we need to get get low. I tell the boy Bonner to get down. Hey, is there any kind of, if we're crossing this bridge area, is it, you said it's stone?
Well, yeah,
Bridge?
you're kind of in the river bed, the old dry river bed. You were crossing under the old broken down bridge. And the towers are on either side of the old riverbed, so you're not under anything really, but there's rubble of the old bridge broken down here in the old river.
But I want to get some protection, whatever can be afforded, from prying eyes or flinging arroes.
Yep. So you're taking cover?
Yeah, I'm taking cover.
Does it sound like these are challenges or just some type of random noise?
Let's make a cunning check on that as an ex-army man. We're going to give you advantage on this, +2 to your cunning.
Yeah, I need it. Oh, did it? 1. Okay.
Yeah, this is, there's no doubt, this is the kind of hoots and whistles that would be communicating with somebody else. As you hear a call and response, you hear a whistle from one side of the river bridge ruins, and you hear a hoot and a back from the other side. No doubt this is a call and response between two human beings.
I will tell Cabello loudly if I need to for him to hear me, depending upon where he's at. I'll say I think we've already been seen, so find a spot of safety.
Gotcha.
And I'll look for some rubble, a large, piece of rubble or something to kind of hide behind and peer over it to see if they show themselves.
Again, you catch glimpses of shadows. They were incompetent enough to allow their, as they were moving along the ruins and rubbles, to cast shadows. That's what triggered your seeing them. Backlit, you see somebody standing at the top of one of these old broken down towers, looking down. You see hand movements, but you don't know roughly how many. Cabello, what are you doing?
I'm looking for cover.
Okay.
And maybe seeing if there's a way we can get past here without them seeing which direction we're going. Right. Maybe we can make it look like we're going in a maybe veer off a little bit from our intended path until they lose sight of us, and then get back on.
Okay.
On track.
So you're looking for an escape route while taking cover. Is that a fair assessment?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. While you do this, let's make a cunning check there, Cabello, as you look about quickly to eye, and we're going to give you advantage on this because you have bushcraft. As you take cover, you look about for a way out, right?
Yes, with my steely eyes, I peer about until I see. Yes, and I got a 14, and my cunning is a 15.
All right. So as you glance about quickly, you notice movement in the trees and the bushes to your northwest. Of course, you're headed northeast, so this would be to your left, headed northeast, opposite side, and you see that there might be some dense vegetation and undergrowth that might be a viable escape route in which you could at least get their eyes off of you. But it's probably a full sprint for you to get to that area from where you're at.
Okay.
Yep. You at this point, and Malleus, of course, you're watching this backlit, so you can't make out features. This guy's standing on a tower making arm movements, right? So you get a pretty good idea. He's sending messages via arm movements.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll if Cabello hasn't left us yet, I'll say, hey, do you think you can flank them, get around them, and get a better see what exactly we're up against?
Flank? Wait a minute. With flank, I thought we would just go.
I've been seen, so you may have a chance to get around them, but they know where. And I look around to see where Thariah is. Can I see him anywhere?
That's a good question, Thariah. Are you making yourself visible to your comrades?
I've taken behind a section of rocks with with Bonner, and you'll see me. Bonner will have my staff now, and I'll be like this one, and I'll look up, and then I'll fade back into the bushes, up off the riverbank, basically, and that's when I want to shape change into a bird, get through that ritual.
Okay.
Because I want to get out on what's going on. I mean, I don't know if they're going to understand my meaning.
Okay. Sure.
All right. That kind of thing. But
but can David see you?
That I will.
I turn around. That's what I would have wanted them to see me to where we could triangulate our locations.
Okay.
But I'll be back in 1 minute, but also look up.
Okay.
I'm going up.
And I'll indicate to Malleus that I'm going to make a run for the tree line, or whatever it is, the thicker bushes. And I'm going to, yes, I will go around and try to flank them.
Okay. So let's go ahead and set our quickness order. So, again, these guys have no modifier. So their quickness is no modifier. So what is your quickness, David?
Let's see. Malleus has a quickness of 13.
Okay. How about you, Thariah?
9.
And Cabello, you're pretty high, I believe, right?
13.
Okay. And
Bonner's a 21, I think.
and Bonner, let's go ahead and roll 3 dice 6. Let's find out what Bonner. Let's go ahead and find out what Bonner is. We're going to roll him 3 dice 6 for his quickness.
13.
Shit.
Oh.
Damn, I was hoping to kill some. So Bonner's now got a quickness of, for our records, Bonner a quickness of 13. Okay, so we'll start with Cabello. Cabello, again, Malleus is 13, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Cabello's 13 and Bonner's 13. But we'll start with Cabello as he's going to try to sprint across, right, and flank.
Right.
Move action. Okay. You just need to make a discreet check against their vigilance, sir.
Oh, okay. Sure.
So make your discreet check with a -3.
Yep.
Okay. So you don't seem to draw any attention.
-3.
Their vigilance is good. Yeah, they got great vigilance, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, okay. I had an 11 for discreet, and I rolled an 8, so that's right on.
Okay. So they don't appear to... nobody appears to respond to your sprint across this riverbed and dive into the bushes. You don't seem to draw any attention. Nobody seems to address you. No arrows are bouncing off. So you feel like you've gotten there pretty safely. Okay?
Okay. Yep.
As you, again, we're going to continue with this. Again, you have, by the way, you guys know you have 2 actions, move actions, combat actions, then you have lots of free actions. Cabello is a free action. As you glance up back into the trees, again, backlit, you can see this person, a fairly normal, average-looking guy on the tower, waving his hands, and you can see, coming up the riverbed, the direction you came from. So behind you, there's 3 coming down into the riverbed, coming up toward Thariah and Malleus. That you see as you turn quickly and look just back into the situation. You see 3 coming down the banks and into this dry riverbed. They're walking up toward Thariah and Malleus from behind. This would have been from behind you, basically.
Okay.
Behind them, behind your unit as you were moving northeast. So they're coming up from the southwest. They're coming up from the southwest.
Southwest. Yeah.
All right, Malleus, go ahead, sir. What do you want to do?
I will yell out. I will say, show yourselves. Know that you accost wardens of the queen. If you value your heads, then you will leave us be.
All right. The person standing on the tower above you, backlit, responds. Wardens of the Queen, then you must have thalers. You must be able to pay the toll to pass our bridge.
Okay. I say, we'll not pay any toll to any filthy bandits.
And then you hear from behind you, from one of these 3 walking up the river. Bah, you will pay. You will pay.
Oh boy. Okay, so Malleus will whip around
Okay.
to see who's sneaking over. I don't know. They obviously are not sneaking up. Who's behind? Coming up from behind?
Yeah, they're not sneaking now, but you realize they're walking up the riverbed behind you.
Okay.
You can quickly discern here. This is riffraff. They got clubs. They're wearing ragtag junk. This is riffraff. These guys aren't. It's kind of pathetic.
Okay.
Right.
Yep.
They're definitely. So they're looking. Just throw down your coin purse and any jewelry, and you can go. You can pass.
You said there's two of them here that are. threatening
So
you
there's
right
one
now?
on the tower above you, probably 20 feet above the riverbed, up on the old tower. He's the one who spoke to you originally. The three coming up.
Three.
There's
Okay.
three of them coming up the riverbed. They're probably 15 feet from Thariah, but they may not have seen Thariah, right? They may not. They're looking right at you, right?
Okay, that's fine. Yeah.
And next
That's
up
good.
would be now again, you still have an action, right? You've spoken, but you can still move. You
Yeah.
can still attack. What do you want to do?
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. You have to let me know. I don't know if they're close enough for me to move up to.
Oh, absolutely.
Are they close enough?
Oh,
for you?
yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
they
yeah.
are. Okay.
Easy.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So there's two of them. Okay. All right. So what I'll do is after I've been instructed to throw down my pouch, I'll set my jaw and just barrel into them and attempt to engage just two of them.
Okay.
And try to at least, if not take those two out, then at least wound them enough to maybe have them give pause to what they're trying to do. But what I would like to do, Jason, I don't know how I can do it, but what I would like to do is I would like to and this may change things. What I would like to do is I would like to actually no. I'll go into the three of them to make myself a harder target to hit potentially, in case the one that's up on the ruins above is shooting down at us.
Gotcha. Right.
So I definitely don't want to just have my back exposed to him.
Gotcha.
I want to get in the crowd.
You want to create a melee of hard target melee.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yes, if possible.
Okay, so you charge in. You get to go before these guys because you're at quickness 13. So they immediately step aside and make room for you. One of them, toothless, big smile, eyes grow large, welcoming the opportunity to have this fracas. The other two, more defensive mode as they bring up their clubs. A little bit spooked by your quick action and your resolve. So make your first attack on one of these guys. Defense for these guys are 0 modifier. So you use your accuracy modified by 0.
Okay, let me see something. I may not be able to attack them individually. I may just have to attack the one.
Well, you can dive into them, but you'll be surrounded, which will unfortunately give them. I mean, that would put you flanked, right?
Ah, that's right. Okay, all right. Okay.
Right.
Let's see.
Now I don't know. Do you have multiple? Because you have, what do you have? You have a special fighting tactic, right?
Yeah, but I'm not. Yeah, but it's not.
They would have advantage of it.
Yeah, I'm trying to see if really quickly. Sorry, if there's any way for me to. I can attack twice, but I don't think I can attack.
Sure, you can. If you describe it.
2 different targets. Can I?
Yeah, shit. Okay. Yeah, I mean, you just describe it and make your rolls, man. It's player facing. So if you want to, I mean, you're diving into melee with 3 guys. You're 5 feet apart from all these guys. Absolutely. Okay. I won't say you cannot do that. Obviously, you'll have to divide your damage between the targets.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. All right. Okay. So you said flat. Okay. So my accurate 15. And then I'm doing 1d8 with
nice
each attack. So we'll see what these guys are made of. And I also have a passive +1 to my defense. Okay. I'm doing this. Okay. So Malleus will move in. He will slice at the first one with the 2.
Okay.
Okay. And he'll only do 3 points of damage to that guy.
Okay.
Okay.
You hit him with such force. He pulls up this rotten, crappy club. It goes right through the club and hits him with such force. He stumbles back onto his back. He's hit his pain threshold. He's down.
Oh wow!
Right, he's not dead, but he is off his feet.
Okay, that's fine by me. Okay, and then the second one is another hit with an 11, and he takes 8 points of damage. 7 points of damage.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Describe how you kill this guy, where he stands.
What was he using?
Same thing. They just have clubs and ratty clothes. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, he'll bring the club. He'll kind of fumble it up, to maybe try to think he was going to parry the attack, and he's just not quick enough. And I just basically disembowel him.
Oh, nice.
And then kind of with the momentum that Malleus has, he'll face the last the opponent there with a set jaw, and
now you would have advantage over the one on the ground.
Yeah.
Okay.
I won't. Yeah, I won't.
Okay, you got it.
Yeah,
because he has to get up at least. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Bonner, what is Bonner doing here?
The last time I told him to sit still. Whether or not he stays there is up to you.
Okay.
With his resolve. But that was all I left. Said gave him the staff of mine.
Okay.
Said seek safety, and I will return.
All right. Okay, so Bonner standing there holding the staff, peeking out, watching Malleus disembowel one, knock another to the ground. Cabela's watching this all from his position. Now, before we move on, Cabela, from that 13 quickness, do you want to throw a weapon or anything like that? Because you still have an attack action.
Yeah. I'm adept at steel throw, and that means I can do 2 attacks.
Oh, nice.
2 thrown attacks as one action. Okay. So I'm gonna attack both of them. I'm gonna throw my daggers at them. Okay. So I'm just gonna find my 8-sided dice.
And they're only about 20 feet from you, so there's no problem with range.
Right. Okay. Oh, there it is. Okay. So the first attack. And this increases my damage to
nice.
1d6 to 1d8. Okay. So with with these guys. Okay, so whoa! Plus 1, 2. So it's 9 points damage. Nice. Wait a minute. That's with my accurate?
Yep.
Oh, no, that missed. That's too bad. I rolled 12 with that. That's too bad. Second one is no. No, I missed that one too.
So both your stilettos.
That's a very good one. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll have to go get.
How bad did you miss both of those?
One by 3 and the other one by 5.
Ooh. Yeah, that one by 5. We may have to make a defense check for you, David, to see if he hits you in melee here.
Okay. Okay, how do you want it? Just
make a quickness defense check to see if this thing misses you in this combat.
Okay, all right. So
we hope you have a tankard on you.
I know, right? So he's got a modified 13 with his things. So let's see here, and 11.
Okay.
That was close.
So this thing whizzes between you as you turn to face this stiletto right between you guys, right?
Okay.
All right, Thariah, you are a bird. You got to make the change into the bird, do you not?
Yeah.
Or is it automatic?
A resolute.
And I believe there's a corruption roll with this too, correct?
No.
Okay.
No, I don't think so. I mean, I have the permanent corruption 3 already on me. It's changing, but no.
Okay.
As far as just changing, but anyway, I got to do a resolute roll.
Let's see. Let's see if you turn into a bird.
Oh, got a 1.
Nice.
Boom, baby.
So again, into a bird. What are you doing as a bird?
Okay. I'll shoot straight up. You hear the leaves break free or whatever, the canopy, and I'm looking. My original intent was to get a layout of the ground, enemy positions, where they're coming up, and also let's
make a vigilance check as you take flight into the air. Let's get a bird's eye vigilance check here.
That'll be in my peripheral, but I want to shoot up toward the guy on the tower.
Okay.
Anyway, vigilance check and no, it's 19.
Okay. Ooh. Okay. All right.
But yeah, my direct thing was get up there above where the guy is. You know, secondarily on my peripherals to get a layout, but I wanted to get up there because I'm thinking he's the leader.
Yep.
You know, he's the one who's sighting and pointing out to them.
Yep.
So I want to be like a little finch or something that's going to bug the hell out of me. Top of the tower.
Nice.
Dude, you know what I mean?
So let's make a persuasion check before he goes, because it's their turn's coming up. Let's make a persuasion check to see if you affect this guy's focus.
Okay. Any negative? Straight up?
Straight up.
No.
No. So you're fluttering around him, but he doesn't appear to be. He appears to be focused on Malleus waylaying his men.
Does he have a bow and arrow? I mean, not that they would know.
I know he appears to have a club. He doesn't appear to have much better than them. He is larger. He's got a woven silk, but it's pretty beat up. But he does have armor of some type here. The others aren't wearing any armor, and he also carries a club. He doesn't appear to have any kind of ranged weapon. They're definitely low-level robbers, peasant-like robbers here, right?
Yeah, I mean, I'll continue, even rolling the next time, I'll continue to harass him and make him topple him.
And you failed your vigilance check, so you don't unfortunately see, just as you step back, take flight, and off to harass this guy on the tower, you don't see the fifth robber who slides down and attacks Bonner. So we got to make a roll for Bonner as he slides down with his club coming at Bonner.
Okay.
So there's still, by your count, gentlemen, there were 5. 1 is dead, of course.
Mm-hmm. One prone, right?
Does Bonner have... His quickness is 13, so that's his defense, Dale. 13 and below to avoid this.
Okay, 9.
Okay, so it spooks him. You hear Bonner, Dale, as you're flying around, you hear the boy below you scream out as this guy comes stumbling out of the trees with it, and the boy pulls up the staff naturally and just kind of blocks it away. David, the other that you've knocked to the ground, you can hear him behind you as he's getting up, groans and moans as he gets up, and you can kind of hear his footpath down as he's fleeing. You've wounded him pretty bad, and he's running. You can hear his feet pick up speed as he's clearly running away from you. Okay. And the one you're facing pulls his club up, smiles again, and looks about as he he's not yet. Oh wait, yeah, this is the third. This is the third guy that you're facing. This is the guy you haven't yet hit, and he's going to attack with his club. Yells out above his head, both hands on the club, coming down over. So make a defense roll, sir. Okay. His modifier is 0.
Okay. So let's see here. Okay, so 9. So I did it.
Okay, so you can describe how you dodge it or deflect it or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, the guy's obviously not trained by any means, so it's just a matter of basically I'll with one of the swords I'll just bat the club to the side.
Nice.
You know, as if it was a broomstick or something. You know, it's like, come on, man. You know.
Okay.
and I'll tell him, you know, while I do that, you know, I'll say you're gonna have one opportunity to run like the rabbit you are before I gut you.
And let's make a persuasion check with advantage.
Okay, so that's +2, right?
His vigilance. 14. Oh wait, persuasion. Excuse me. His modifier is +5.
Oh,
it's his modifier.
Okay. Yeah, I do it 9.
Yeah, he double takes, hears his buddy, and kind of looks and sees him running off, limping, bleeding badly. One dead. You've disemboweled one. He takes 2 steps back and turns to run. You could get a parting shot on him with advantage if you wanted.
he's. They're just gonna prey upon whoever comes through here next. So I shall do so.
Okay.
And I think so. That's advantage, and I think I get an extra D4 if I hit.
Right.
So that's a hit with a 7. So that'll be 4 plus. 4 plus another 2 is 6.
And he does not have armor. You haven't killed him, but you've knocked him down. Again, pain threshold. Hit him in the back, basically. Carved down his back through his ratty old clothes. Sends him face down in the dirt as he screams out in pain. His club in hand. You can see him white-knuckling his club, but he is clearly worse for wear. You hear a couple of whistles from the guy in the tower above. Cabello, what are you doing on this second round? Start of the second round.
I am going to.
By the way, you do see this. You do see this other robber slid out of the bushes and is attacking Bonner. By the way, you see this, so you're aware of this.
Did I see that too, Jason? Or
your back would have been 2. Actually, you. Because you were facing the 3, you turned to face the final one. I think your back would have been to him. You probably aren't aware of what's happening to Bonner. You might have heard him yell out though. But you might have a clue.
Okay.
You're pretty savvy, ex-army, so when you hear somebody scream out you probably have a pretty good idea Bonner's in trouble, but you didn't see it, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I being a dry riverbed, I'm sure there's lots of rocks around.
Oh yeah.
River rock, nicely rounded. So I'm
Smooth.
going to pick up smooth. I'm going to pick up the river rock and send it flying towards the bandit who's attacking.
Let's make a cunning check on this.
A cunning check.
Yeah, at -2 to your cunning.
Okay. 4. Yeah, I got her.
Okay, as you fish around and you grab up the first rock and you start to draw back, you do a little double take. You ask yourself, is that gold? Is there a vein of gold in this rock?
Oh, well, we'll stuff that one in here. And, oh no, you know what? Let's just throw it anyway. Let's just throw it. Go.
Who are you throwing at? The guy in the tower?
No, the guy attacking Bonner.
The guy fighting Malleus. Or the guy fighting Bonner. I missed that. I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
Yeah, Bonner.
Bonner,
Bonner's in
okay.
danger.
Now remember, you're throwing it into melee, so if you miss, Bonner could take a knock.
Oh, what are the chances? Come on now.
Just want you to know.
Well, I failed by 6 points.
Oh, lordy. Okay, Bonner, let's make a bonus. Let's make a quickness check for Bonner. Again, he's going to be in a -2 because he's engaged. Oh, okay, so let's roll some damage here for that rock. 1d4 damage on Bonner.
Okay. 4.
Oh, so Bonner, you guys hear Bonner yelp out, and you hear this, you hear like the thunk as it bounces off his skull, right? Now we need to determine his toughness. So roll 3d6 straight down, or roll for his strength score, Dale.
Okay.
3d6.
12.
Okay, so that's going to give him a toughness of 6. Is that right? You round it up to 10. He's an NPC, so we're going to give him 6.
Yeah.
Right. So his toughness is 6. So you've clobbered him pretty darn hard. That's going to go above his pain threshold. He's going to go down in a heap. So he's down. Yeah. And he's an NPC, so we're not going to give him the same level of toughness that a PC would have.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Okay, so he's down, but it is so Malleus is gone. Cabello's gone. All right, so it is Bonner actually who's down. So what's Bonner going to do now? Bonner has a choice, Del. He can get up. He can give advantage and stay on the ground, or he can get up on his turn.
If he gets up, he's just going to be sandwiched in between 2 assailants. So he's probably going to try to roll away as fast as he can, or back out or stay on the ground and try to clamber out.
So you want him to take a defensive action, or flee? Flee.
He's got the staff in his hand, and I think just logically he would have hit the ground and got it, lay on his back, swinging the staff keep away from him.
Okay, so let's go ahead and make a roll, because you would obviously be trying to hit this guy, right? He's a little dinged. He is technically flanked thanks to a rock in the back of the skull, so it's going to be at a -2 for his quickness, so you need to roll 11 and below to hit.
No, it's 15. He's disoriented right now.
Yeah.
He'll probably get a concussion.
So this guy bats away his staff, stands over him laughing with his club up. Yeah, boy, you will die here, boy. He has no clue what brought this kid down. He can't see Cabello in the trees. He's focused on the boy falling down. And I believe it is Thoraya's go as you're flying around the head of this guy on the tower who hasn't done anything but whistle and hoot to his fleeing companion.
Yeah, well, I'm diving in at him. You know what I mean? Trying to harass him.
Okay, so make a persuasion check again to try to harass him.
I actually got it. My persuasion is 5 and I rolled a 3.
Okay, so with that, we're going to make a quickness check for him. So you're going to make a roll for him, sir?
Yeah.
Right? At 9 and below.
I rolled a 20.
Oh, so he topples from this
20.
tower and falls 20 feet. So you need to make 2d6 damage on this fall.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
That is 9 total.
Yeah, Malleus, you see a flash as you're facing down this guy. You hear Bonner scream out behind you. You hear the thud of some rocks striking the skull. But you see the shadow flash as this body bounces, kicking up dirt, dust. It kind of, I won't say spooking you, but what the hell is that?
Yeah.
Yep.
Right.
And it is now the robbers go. We're going to make a quick test for him. Let's make a resolution test. 5 and below, somebody roll for this guy, please. This final.
5 and below?
Mm-hmm. I'll do it.
Okay.
Yeah. I got a 13.
Okay, so Malleus, he turns on his heel, and runs, starts to try to run away, following his buddy. Again, you'll get a shot on him here, and you can't tell what's happening to the guy in the bushes that's facing down. But the guy you're facing, Malleus, is trying to he's trying to crawl away because you've already knocked him down. He's trying to crawl away.
Oh, that's the same guy. Okay.
Yeah, because you've already knocked him flat when he tried to flee on the last turn. So you can kill him without question. It's not you just step over him and finish him off.
But I still have no idea yet what's going on with
Bonner,
right. Though, who I heard yell out, right?
Right.
Okay. Malleus will raise his sword to potentially cut this guy down, and maybe he'll see some of the evidence of the lingering corruption on maybe his arm as he raises it up,
Yeah.
And that'll cause him to hesitate for a moment, and then he will think of Bonner and turn and try to find Bonner.
Okay, so on the robber's turn, you're letting him flee. You're letting him crawl away. You turn now. Again, you're not going to be able to go, but you can turn to face this guy. You're right, and he's going to bring down his club on Bonner here. So make a roll. Because it's their turn, right? It's their turn. This guy in the bushes is completely immune to what's going on around him. He's not seen the body fall. He's too busy focused on his kid. So we need to make a quickness check.
Want me to?
Yep, against Bonner as he's trying to bring his club down on Bonner. 13 and below for Bonner.
9.
So again, Bonner definitely rolls to the right as this club poof hits the dirt, causing dust up.
It's all like gangly.
Right. And Malleus, you turn just in time to see. You think he's about to kill Bonner. You don't. The dust is settling. You don't know if Bonner's been clubbed. I
yell out.
Yeah, we go to round 3. It will be your go first, Malleus, and then of course Cabello, etc. So we're going to round 3. There appears to be. Yep. Two are one's running away, one's crawling away, and this one is trying to kill Bonner.
Okay. Yeah. As that club came down, I'll involuntarily Malleus will yell out, and I'm assuming he killed the boy, so I'll rush up and just attack the guy in the back.
Okay, so you're gonna get an advantage as he is in combat with Bonner, so +2 for you.
Okay, that's a hit with the 12. and D8 and D4 with advantage. And at 9, that's 9 points. So.
Okay,
Yeah.
describe how you kill him from behind.
Just a deep slash, angled slash across his back.
Ooh.
And just watch him basically crumple. But Malice is kind of expecting to see, Bonner's crushed skull as he kind of looks down.
Right. As the dust settles, this body falls over, lands basically on Bonner. So maybe you don't even know still if Bonner's dead, right? He's laying on top of Bonner. Yeah. Cabello, you see one guy crawling away in the riverbed as Malleus turns and waylays this robber that was harassing Bonner. And you see now you can look way down the riverbed and see the one guy who's limping away. Two of them are escaping, Cabello, and it's your go. So you can certainly allow them to escape, or you can attempt to chase them down. It's up to you.
Yeah, can I chase them down? And especially the one that's crawling away.
Yeah.
I should be able
no roll there. If you just want to race over to him and you describe how you're going to kill him, either bare hands or you don't have a weapon, right?
No, I'm gonna grab the biggest rock that I can manage and bring it down on his melon.
Crush his skull. Nice.
Yeah.
No sound from him at all as his face buries up in the dirt in the river. Okay, so he's done. Bonner's go here, Del. What is Bonner going to do as this dead body is now falling on top of Bonner?
Well, Malice is going to see, as he stands there for a second, and he'll see two smaller, skinny arms pluck out the side and then try to push the body off of me, squirming. Get it! They kind of, he's dust covered from all that.
Blood on his face, blood soaked, back of his head pooling blood from the rock throw.
And he's desperately trying to push back and push the body off.
Well, I'm assuming the bandit did that,
Yeah.
So.
Oh, yeah.
Of course.
Right. Poor man. What the hell?
Yeah, I'll try to, I'll help the boy up, you
Okay.
know, and kind of shake him and, look at him in disbelief, thinking he should be dead.
All right.
How are you not dead?
And Thariah, you're flying around. You've knocked their strategizer, the guy that was whistling and hooping, giving orders. He's fallen to his death. You can see all threats appear to be ended here, gentlemen, except for one lowly guy who's way in the distance now, limping away. Malleus, you got a pretty good idea. He may just die from infection or from his wounds. He was wounded very badly.
Okay.
Well, while I'm up there, as far as before I come down, I wanted to see where, because I don't know how many exactly are around. So I'm taking that look around, but I'm also taking a look for any paths that are cut through the thing in the direction far off that we're heading. That's all. Just want to do a resolution roll.
Up here around the towers, you fly around the tower and take in everything. The canopy of the trees pretty much makes it difficult to see beyond. I mean, if you want to fly up above the canopy, you can see as far as the eye can see. But the tree canopy is
that's what I want to do.
Yeah.
To see if there's any path or either any clearings or any tower heads or
yeah.
Whatever,
Let's make that a. Let's do vigilance. Let's make that a vigilance check. And we're going to do this at a -3 as you have got the trees and the canopy and the sun. See if you can see, even with your bird's eye.
Okay. Yeah, I got a 5.
All right, so you're able to see in the northeast direction, the direction your Cabello's been leading you toward Melima. You can definitely see there are some, for the lack of a better word, you can see a tower, an old stone tower, about, you're thinking 3 or 4 miles that raises from the trees, above the canopy of the trees, an old stone tower. It looks overgrown with moss, etc. Hard to see any, because of the overgrowth of the canopy of the trees, it's hard to see a trail, so to speak. There isn't like an opening. Here, it is open, where this used to be obviously a village or something. And then down below, you can see where they were camping on the top of this tower. These robbers had been camping and staying. You can see what looks like an old fire pit there. So they obviously had climbed to the top of this old bridge tower and had made it their little hideaway. So you can make that out from up here too, right? Hard to say what's there as far as among their belongings, etc. Right?
Okay. Yeah, I would attempt to at least land on the tower and look as best as I could through the through the belongings.
Okay.
See if there's gems or whatever I could pocket.
Okay. So we're going to let you look around as the bird here. Malleus, you look at Thariah has pushed this body off. You can see, though, pooling in the... As he lifts up from the ground, you can see where he's pooled blood from his head. He is cross-eyed, a little delirious. He took a nice smack on the head. He's going to require some treatment, probably, right? At some point. Cabello, of course, as you stand up from waylaying the final robber, look about the business here. You can see Malleus and his work done. No sign of Thariah. You guys don't see Thariah anywhere.
Mm-hmm. All right.
And we're out of combat. Clearly, we're out of combat, right?
Okay. I'm just going to give a quick search of this guy's body. See if there's anything of value to take from.
Yeah. So let's. What we need to do is make a 1-4 check. For this guy, 1-4.
Okay.
I'll try to staunch Bonner's bleeding. Maybe I don't know.
Do you have medicus? Do you have lay on hands?
No, nothing.
Okay. Any herbs? Does anybody have medicus? Lay on hands? Herbs?
No.
So let me look. I don't think so, though.
Uh-oh.
No,
none of you guys have any way to heal at all.
No.
No,
you mean you leveled up without taking medicus? Or...
I've got a T-shirt that says "Get up and walk it off."
Walk it off. My football coach used to say that. Walk it off.
Live or die.
Yeah.
Live or die.
You can certainly see it's bad. You can wrap something around it, but he's going to need a bandage or some kind of medical care to heal.
Okay.
A night's rest will at least help him a little bit. A full night's rest. Okay. I'm sorry, Cabello. What did you roll?
I rolled a 1.
So on his person, he had 1 shilling, right?
1 what?
Shilling. It takes 10 shillings to make a thaler.
1 shilling.
1 shilling.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay.
Pretty pathetic, these guys, right? He has a club. Outside of that, not much else, right? There may be stuff up in their little campsite. Yep.
Yep. I'll take a club.
And the club.
All right.
Yep. All right, Malleus. So you're treating the boy. Cabello's rooting through the pockets of the dead guys here. And Thariah, you land here. What you notice the most is they have some tools, shovels, digging tools. They have a basket full of rocks, ore maybe. The basket is fairly small, maybe 10 inches round, 18 inches deep, but it's full and kind of with rocks. They have straw mats, and it looks like some eating utensils, cups. But aside from that,
I'll call and jump up and knock over the basket if I can, or try to.
It's way too heavy for a finch, unless you're going to change form.
No, I just wanted to topple it. I can't. Well,
yeah, it's full of rocks. It's way too heavy for you to topple as a finch.
Okay, I'll go ahead. I'll try to roll my resolution and
change back
as long as I can see. As long as I can see the way down, which I can't. Right?
Yes,
yeah. But I'll change back.
Okay.
So, and I got it with a 2, so I was able to do it.
So you change back, and you're now able to look. There's again, it's 10 inches round, 18 inches deep. These are pretty large chunks. They appear to have. Let's make a cunning check. See if you can make sense of why they would be collecting these rocks.
Yeah, that would have to be. Okay, that's 13. But I mean, I failed at cunning. No, wait a minute. My cunning is 13.
Mm-hmm.
What the crap?
Okay. You're able to assess from your experience in the Davokar, from your wisdom, your age. These fools are collecting fool's gold. They think they've got gold, but it's not real.
I'll blanch it. Toss it to the side and then start, pilfer through if I can see any tools or anything of value. I'll pick it up.
The bucket. The irony is the bucket they're keeping these pyrite in, this fool's gold, is probably a pretty valuable bucket. Yeah. There's a shovel, pickaxe. The quality is not much better than what you were already hauling, but there are certainly tools you could sell or use.
Okay, well, I'll go with what I can shoulder. Okay. I do have the lore master, so I wanted to ask about the tower that was up there.
Yep. Let's make a check. Let's make a check on the tower.
Rings any? Okay. Lore master's cunning too, right?
I'm pretty sure. Yeah. It might be resolution.
Yeah, I didn't get it on that.
You didn't?
Oh,
no. No, it's cunning. It's cunning.
About all you can make out is it is old, but it predates it predates the Ambrians, of course. Obviously, it predates the elves. Probably too well built to be of barbarian work. So you get an idea. It's pretty old. However, it doesn't spark any recollection of a great city or of great things that have occurred here. Just evidence of an old bridge, towers. Right. It was probably a defensive. Who knows? Right?
Or something.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I'll pick up the bucket and whatever tools, axe and a pickaxe, or shovel and a pickaxe, and go down and rejoin with Malice.
Yeah, the back side of this tower is rubble, so you just kind of use the rubble, the stairs, to kind of work your way down to the.
Yeah, I'll do that until the boy is straightened up and clean himself off. Looks shame. Basically, to walk a straighter path, he has to walk a clean path.
Right.
So, do what he needs to do. So it's give him that little reproach.
Malleus can see plainly as Thariah talks to him that he's concussed. Large irises, can't focus. There's no doubt this boy is concussed, Malleus. So Thariah talks to him but doesn't recognize maybe that he's concussed.
No, he's in reverence and all as I speak. So after I give him this information, I hand him the bucket and the tools and say, add it to the thing, and we shall carry on. I let Malice Gabella know that, from the rocks that these fools were mining fool's gold, basically.
Was there any, what kind of shape was their encampment in?
Abysmal. It looks like a ramshackled group of thugs that had gathered in this location thinking that they had motherlode, And obviously not. It came to their demise. I did see that you let one go, Cabello. Off in the distance, he ran yonder. I suspect.
Let go. No, I didn't go. He got away. I was busy taking care of the other one there. As you can see, he is no longer a threat to anyone. For Bonner, what happened
to that Bonner?
Yes.
He's been injured.
Clobbered pretty good.
He needs rest. We need to actually probably make camp for a while. He's not in.
Yeah, he took a strike, but he'll weather the storm.
I'll retrieve my stilettos.
Sure. Do you guys want to camp here? It's only about 1:15, 1:30, right? This all occurred about the time you got here.
Ooh.
Boy,
now, if we want to camp, I suggest we could ascend the tower and sleep there. That way, we could, deal with a small bottleneck and have a watchtower. So
it seems like a good spot. Right? Unless we want to push on.
No.
But
We could light a fire up here and see if they light one on the other tower.
Well, we don't know if there's any. Do we know if there's any more of them that? Where did that last one go? Right? Maybe he's going for.
Yeah, he ran down the old river in the opposite direction you guys were headed. But yeah, I mean, at some point he just went out of sight. But again, Malleus, you got a pretty good idea. You wounded him pretty bad, so you'd be surprised if he lives through the night, or if he even survives, infection or something. And it's the Davokar. Most likely he'll be food for some creature.
Consumed.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. No, I think the tower is the best bet, and at least we can watch Bonner for the night, and then continue in the morning if he's well enough.
Okay. So let's make a cunning check. Who wants to tend the boy through the night, or do you want to take shifts?
He's my ward. I'll tend to him.
Mariah, of course. Without a doubt.
The empathetic and sympathetic and loving and cuddling Thariah will mother the boy. Okay, all right.
I'm sure he will.
He has a great bedside manner.
Right. Okay, Thariah. So through the night, the boy is in fits and starts, sweating. His head still bleeds a little bit. So let's make a cunning check here to see if you can keep the boy or calm the boy when he has fits and starts.
I'll just be logical with him. Only the strong survive. I'm going to will him into this mindset. He can power through this.
So caring. I'm going to have to ask Jorian one day. What kind of dad was this guy?
I know, right? I hope your real life parental skills are bleeding through here, buddy.
Get up, boy. That skit knee. You know how many skit knees I had in my life? Get up. Get on that bike. What the hell are you doing? No crying.
Stones.
Okay. Yeah, I failed visibly.
I
rolled a 16.
Okay. He's so restless that unfortunately he wakes Malleus. He makes Cabello. This kid is feverish. Yeah. Thariah, hand planted on his forehead, holding him down, as the boy has. He's not going to heal through the night. He won't get a point back, gentlemen. As you get up the next morning, it's been a rough night for all of you. He's not going to get back his 1 point. But sun is up, peeking through the tower is still below the canopy of the trees by about 16 feet or so. So the sun, though, hits this area where the canopy is broken over this, what used to be towers and a bridge. Obviously, it's grown up around it. But so sun's up. The day is ready for your for your continued march. And the boy is going to be a little bit, compromised, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but he can still hold a pill.
Yes, he can.
I mean, he didn't regain peace of mind enough to heal, so it's more of a lesson. You know what I mean?
Right.
In what happens?
It's a lesson in how to. What is it? Get tougher. What is it? What doesn't kill you makes you stronger, right?
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, this is a lesson the Davokar will teach you. You know what I mean? And if it don't, then you should be consumed back into business.
Sure.
Get busy living or get busy dying.
Goes through one ear and out the other of the delirious boy. All right, Cabello. So you're going to set off to the northeast, leading your trusty troop. Let's make that orientation bushcraft check, sir. As you move through the day, the clouds grow overhead, all making it darker, and you feel the rain. However, it doesn't fall hard on you due to the canopy as you trudge on through the day.
Okay, bushcraft is a vigilant test, and I made it.
All right.
Neat.
Outstanding. Day 2. So you know for sure, you feel very good, Cabello. You're moving deftly northeast. You're making good time through the dense underbrush. Very, very much confident you know exactly where you're going. You're definitely avoiding the darker, denser regions of this area in the Karahar. As we move through day 2, let's make a enemies check, sir. David, with a remember you're subtracting 1 from this roll.
Yep.
Now, how well did you pass that?
The first roll?
No. Cabello, how well did you pass that that check?
By 2.
Okay, so you're still just a -1 on this.
Oh, okay. But you aren't. I don't have a specific target number. I'm just.
Nope. You just roll a 20. And we subtract 1 from it.
That will be an 8.
Okay. All right. All right. Very good. And Dale, we need to make that ruins check to see if you guys come across any interesting ruins.
With +1?
With a +1, correct.
Yeah, I rolled 17 with a +1.
Ooh, interesting.
We rolled a lot of 16s.
Wow, very cool. 18.
He's got his little mustache.
Who does?
Nigel Whiplash.
All right, Cabello, as you trudge on, you're leading the way for them, and it opens into a old temple ruin, and you've kind of dropped down into a ravine where the undergrowth is not as thick, not as dense. So you've definitely avoided some of the denser foliage, but you do that. You had to move down into a ravine, and as you're moving through this ravine, you realize you are now in an old temple ruin, and carved into the side of the face of the ravine appears to be an old temple doorway, like what this ravine at some point had housed a temple entrance.
Okay. I'm gonna use my. Can I use my lore master?
Yes, sir.
And that's my cunning. Yeah. My cunning was 15, and I got 16. Can you believe it?
Ah, man.
I know nothing.
I know
now,
nothing.
Yeah. Again, this is. I mean, there's an opening here. I mean, you could actually enter this old cave ruin set into the ravine walls. There's some ancient writing along or I should say, there's engraved work that is so old it could be ruins, or it could just be old, braiding design work that is so old and worn that you can't quite make out whether those were ruins or writing, or if it was just old design work that's been so weathered. The mouth of
Step up behind Cabello and roll my lore.
Beautiful.
Master. It got a 2, 13, so I got it.
Oh.
Now, I'm looking at these ruins and trying to see what.
You instantly hand you maybe up to one of the rocks. You decipher that you fill in the gaps of what has been weathered away, and the images of Elven language. This used to be a great Elven temple. You can tell from the types of ruins they would have put on this. There would be lots of potential finds and treasures in this old ruin. There could be very fascinating artifacts here.
As I trace my fingers through the room thing, and even the missing ones or obscured ones, you'll hear me muttering what he's exactly saying as I go through the whole arc. Okay.
What of what it says, you mean?
Yeah,
Yes.
what you just relayed.
Right, gotcha.
You know what I mean?
I
I'll
gotcha.
just be telling them
Gotcha. Yeah.
that kind of thing.
Okay.
So
you have a pretty good idea. This could house some remarkable, treasure or finds.
I'll look over my shoulder and slightly toward Cabela, and then quickly past him because I know his answer is toward Malleus.
Cabello said, "Did you say treasure?"
How's the boy looking?
So I raised my eye quizzically. Yeah.
How's the boy looking? Is he still muddled and befuddled, or what is he?
It's during obviously Cabello must lead. He must guide. He must use his sources. So I don't know what Thariah is doing with the boy, but if one of you do not address him, if you don't grab him by the collar, if you don't grab him by the arm, he just is stunned. He'll wander right, left. He might stop walking. So you really have to kind of.
That's why I got the stick. The stick kind of guides him.
Oh,
right.
I mean, I'll tap him right or left.
So he is
based upon Bonner's condition. I'll agree to search these ruins, but I'll stay with Bonner and let him rest. Maybe give him some water.
Okay.
Maybe put a cool rag on his forehead or something, while these two loot.
So let's do that. Let's make a persuasion check with advantage to put this kid to sleep. See if you can't get him some rest.
Okay.
You're persuading him to get to sleep.
Put him in a sleeper hold.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. I got a stick if you need it.
Jeez, no. 16.
All right. Well, he'll do what you say, but again, he's almost agitated. The head injury makes him a little agitated. It's hard for him to drift off. He's a little, but he's able to lay down. You're able to give him water. You're able to calm him, but he won't fall asleep.
I'll be firm with him.
Can I intimidate him to sleep?
Does that work, Todd? You tell me. Does that work?
You got. What does that mean? How are you doing that? I mean, David gave him water and gave him a cold rag. What does intimidation mean? What does that look like?
You can pee yourself and then pass out from, what I mean? Just, I'll just be stern with, boy, get some sleep. You know what I mean? Conquer, But anyway, I've only got a 5.
So I was going to say, let's make that roll at a -5. So you need a 1, basically.
I can do it. No, it's 18. Man. This boy's thick-headed. He's thick-headed, I'm telling you.
Yeah. I could have told you that.
I give almost disgust, like, you know what I mean? I'm not.
There's no reasoning with the boy.
No, he's earlier. He's been very disrespectful and very whimsical. He don't walk the path as need be.
Right.
But anyway, he's my ward, so I've taken him on, and I've got to train him. But tough love.
There are people who treat their mules better than you treat your apprentice.
No, I treat him like a mule.
All right, so you're looking at this entrance to an old temple that's clearly set in the face of this rock, this ravine that Cabello has deftly led you down into. Cabello's got a sixth sense, a smell for treasure, clearly.
All right, let's go check it out.
Okay, I'll look at, as I stand there, as I typically get Malleus. Would you wish to watch watch Cabello?
Of course.
I will stand with the boy.
No,
I believe he might need to play.
You can travel with Cabello and see what things may be inside. I'll stay here with the boy and keep watch. Nothing inside the dusty ruin interests me.
Yeah. As you poke your head in, Cabello, just from the entrance here, it's dark. It's going to be dark.
Oh, okay. Do we have?
Yes.
I'm not waiting on that.
You guys have torches.
Torches. Okay. All right. Wait a minute. Now, what about Thariah? Like if you can you still turn into something today?
Not with infravision. I mean, I can, but
Not with infravision. Could you turn into a what?
Rust monster or something. I can only turn into something that's gonna.
That would be nice.
Like be used very small, like a squirrel or
Squirrels have infravision.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll say that they do. I'm
You
doing
can be
one with red eyes.
our scout squirrel.
Scout squirrel.
I'm gonna. I've got a 10-foot pole, pretty much, with the staff, so we can enter it. As long as we got a torch, it should be good.
Yeah, we have
If
torches.
you carry the torch.
Oh, okay.
So.
Okay, I'll carry the torch, and you're going to turn into a squirrel with a 10-foot pole. Did I get that right?
I'm just saying. I'm saying it as it is.
I
I'm only
must have
turned into
misheard
something
you.
when I need to escape.
Okay,
When I need to escape, I'll turn into something.
Ah.
Oh,
So,
okay.
but until then,
No.
Until you're escapee.
All right.
Trapdoor fighter.
All right, I'll hold the torch.
As you enter here, leading Cabello with the torch in front, you have to duck as the unnatural shifting of this ravine, maybe from years, the earth movement, faults, earthquakes. It seems as if the earth has shifted up or the earth has shifted down, whatever. You actually have to stoop, both of you. Well, actually, Thariah might not, as a changeling, have to stoop. His head might just rub the top of this, but it's fairly tight spaces, Cabello, and you're going to have to stoop a little bit as you move forward ahead. There is no overgrowth of dense of the Davokar has not breached the rock. And there's no overgrowth of vegetation in here. It is dusty. It looks as though there's no footprints that precede you, so nobody's been here and discovered this. As you work your way through a maze, it doesn't. The passages don't open into. It doesn't. You don't come across a right and left passage or Y's. It just winds through. You take a right, you wind, you go a ways. You take a left, you go a ways. You can hear them.
Are these passages, do they have any more runes, or are they cavernous, like a cave, or are they elven made?
Cavernous for the most part. Hard to say if they're elven made, but the runes on the front door told you they were clearly elven. But as far as what quality of craftsmanship that dug this temple, your best guess is this was an original cave that they. Your best observations, Del, from your original roll, is that this was a natural cave that they built a facade entrance and labeled it as maybe a in deference to a god or something like that, but it's a natural cave.
Yeah, I want to see if there's any kind of descent or either change in.
Yeah, you are descending a little bit. It's low. It's a perceptible grade, but I would say not a steep grade, but it's perceptible, and you're going slightly down. No stair, it's just down. Again, you turn right, you turn left. You travel about 60 feet or so, and it opens into a caved-in, larger cavern. So this would have been at some point a large cavern, but the back half is clearly caved in. And you can see alcoves, 3 or 4 on the right side of the wall. This is probably a 30-foot wide chamber, and there's 2 on the left hand wall. You can see where there would be 3 or 4 alcoves, but again, those are buried under rubble. And you step in some kind of sticky around your feet. You spy quickly, Cabello, with your torch, what look like a mass or pods of eggs, and that's when you kind of notice the movement in the dark around you. Yeah, quite a few little creatures scurrying and moving around.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Tread carefully, Thariah. Yes, I will lower my my torch to the ground so I can get a better look at these pods. Pods, eggs, what are they?
Yeah, they are definitely eggs, and they look to be I don't know if you would know. Let's make a cunning check. See if you know what these eggs are. Thariah, you can hear and see shadows of something moving about the size of a rat, size of your a little larger than your fist, moving around in the dark.
So
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I said your fist. Yeah.
They are spider eggs. Probably.
Okay. Spider eggs.
Mm-hmm.
Is this something we should be,
Well, there's definitely something moving around you in the dark here, but it's not. They're not big, but they're skittering around, and you can.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No, I think
I don't.
I'm gonna start taking a retreating step backwards
Yes.
and
Make
take
a,
it where we came.
Make a vigilance check there, Thariah, as you backpedal.
Okay.
-5.
Nope.
Okay, so let's make a as you feel it out of the darkness hit the back of your calf, and you feel it something around both calves up your leg, and make a roll against your defense here, sir. Let's see here, -5 to your defense. No, excuse me. That's his defense. No, that's right. So -5 to your defense. Oof.
I know. I had a 9, so that brings it down to a what?
4? What did you roll?
I know. I rolled a 5. Man, that sucks.
Okay, let's see here. So, you feel the sharp pain of something in the back of your knee. Yeah. And you're going to suffer 3.
Yeah.
Now, you may have armor, so you're going to want to make an armor roll against this bite.
Pretty much not. I've just got a robe. Is that even considered light armor?
Well, robe does have some soak, doesn't it? I believe it has a 1 to 4 soak. Let me double check.
1d4 or something.
Woven silk has 1d4.
Yes.
I don't know if you have woven silk, do you?
No, it's not.
Probably
I
not.
don't think so.
And Cabela,
Cabela,
excuse me, Malleus. At some point, you could. At some point, you were hearing the echoes of their feet as they moved into this cavern. At some point, they got far enough away you couldn't hear their feet. You couldn't hear their mumbling. So you know they've moved out of earshot, right?
Okay.
Let's see here. Let's see.
About how much time has passed? About.
Oh, only about I would say about 10 minutes or so, right?
Oh, okay. They couldn't have got into too much trouble in just 10 minutes.
Yeah, 1d4 protection, Dale. Roll 1d4. 1d4 protection.
1.
Okay, so you'll take 4 points of damage. 2 from the bite, and you feel this. How can I describe it? You feel this burning and intense swelling as the poison fills up the cavity in the back of your knee. You know, the that popliteal space, it's called, right? As a professional fitness instructor, I know what that is. The popliteal space. So the popliteal space at the back of your knee is filling with poison, and you should suffer a total of 4 points of damage.
Ouch.
What's your pain threshold?
Residual effects from the poison. Oh, it'd be 5.
Okay, so you don't go down, but something has crawled up and has sunk its teeth in. Yeah. Do you respond in any way that you know?
Oh yeah. Well, I'm going to turn and try to knock it off and run the hell out of there.
Okay.
You know, I mean, that's it.
Make an attack roll on it. That was a surprise, by the way. Your discreet roll. It surprised you. For those following along, why did that happen? You were surprised from the darkness.
Okay.
And he's -3 to your attack roll. Very difficult. Quick little shits.
I get a 19.
Okay.
19.
He's
So I
gripped to
couldn't
you. So
pop
as
him
you
off my
move and swing for it, he's got his 8. What is it? 8? Spiders are 8 or 6? Spiders are 8 legs, right?
Yes.
8 legs wrapped around you with his fangs pumping poison into the back of your knee.
Yikes.
Calf hugger.
Cabello, Thariah hasn't expressed that he screamed out or anything, but he's moving rather funny here behind you. Cabello is doing the hot step, right?
Right.
Yeah, I haven't screamed or anything. I'm not Bonner.
Bonner did.
Well, I'm trying to backpedal myself and get out of here. So.
Now you see one coming at you from the front. It does not surprise you, but one comes scurrying at you very quickly from the front. However, you would actually have a higher quickness. You use your cunning, I think, for that anyway, don't you? So you would actually be able to go
use
first
my
against
yeah,
this
I do
thing.
use that
Get out of there. Get out of there.
for initiative. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to use that to make a hasty retreat.
Okay, Flea. So it's going to. That's a great point. You're going to retreat. Let's make a roll here. Let's make a roll. Die 20 roll for me, Todd. And you're looking for even. Even number.
Even number. Yes. Yes.
As you backpedal away with torch in hand, it changes targets and comes after Thariah. So you backpedal away, and it just decides to pick an easier target. So you need to make a. Does that make sense?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So you've backpedaled out of its path, and it just scrambles over to Thariah. Thariah, again, it's got a higher quickness level, so it gets to go before you here. And again, it's going to come at you with an accuracy of -5. So you got to subtract that from your defense. You need a 4 or below.
Yeah. 17.
Oh, okay. So up quickly, up as you're trying to knock the other one off, it comes quickly up you, scrambling up. You feel just at the waistline, the fangs drive into your abdomen. Again, roll your armor score.
Another 1.
Okay, so that's 4 more points of damage total.
Yeah. Okay, down to 2.
Yeah, and it's injecting you. You feel this burning and swelling of your abdomen as you're injected with poison. Cabello, you're backed out of this chamber, and you see Thariah now with one on its abdomen. The one that was coming after you scrambled right up him and bit him. You now can see the one on the back of his leg.
There's just 2?
Just 2.
There's just 2?
Just 2.
Cabella's sitting over there eating popcorn watching it.
And of course, Malleus, Bonner is restless. You're holding him down. You're feeding him water. He's restless. He can't sleep. But you're not hearing much coming in. You're not hearing any noises coming from the ruins.
Yeah, hasn't been very long at all. I imagine them just kind of walking around, just kicking stuff around.
I mean, they haven't even gotten started. You're like, oh, they could be in there for hours, right?
Let's hope not. But yeah.
If I don't go out of the cave, how will Malleus ever know what's happened?
Right.
I could go back in there and die, and then he'll never know what happened to us. Right. And I have to be like there's 2 other companions out there who need my skill sets.
Sure. So you're turning and running, torch in hand.
I'll leave the torch for him. Okay. Because
I'm throwing on my robes. As I'm laying there.
Don't let a man die in the dark. Yeah.
Okay, so let's make a. Oh my God! Let's make a.
Everyone wants to see themselves go. Yeah.
All right, my friend. So you're skittering away in the dark, the way you came. You've got to make a roll for me, my friend. Here, you're gonna have to make a. Let's see here. Let's make it a cunning check in the dark with -5.
Cunning.
As you're scrambling in the dark, hands out along the walls, trying to keep your feet as you're running out.
Okay.
And -5. It's dark.
-5. Okay. I got a 15 cunning,
So 10 and below. 10 and below.
Oh shoot! I got 11.
Okay. So you stumble over something in the dark. You kick something free, and now I need you to make me a D100 roll, please.
A D100. Okay, we can do that. Here we go. 96.
All right. You stumble over something that puts you down on the. Wow. Interesting. Something breaks loose as you kick it. Stumble over that onto your knees. You're not down completely onto your knees, but you've knocked something free of the debris and the dirt from the wall, and it catches your eye as you tap around in the dark for what tripped you up. And Thariah, what are you doing here? Because this is really technically, Thariah, you had not gone yet after these spiders. One surprised you, the other was faster and bit you. So it's technically your go, Thariah, on this round, as Cabello has used his quickness to turn his second action into a full flee. So that was round 1, basically. So now we're at round 2, or actually the end of round 1 for you, Thariah.
Yeah,
sorry if I didn't make that clear, but
resolution to turn into a spider and get out of there if I can. No, 17.
Okay.
Missed it by that much.
Anything else you're going to do? You didn't turn. You remember you have 2
Last will and
actions, move
testament.
action. Yeah.
A cry action or something.
And there's a torch. There's a torch lying on the floor not far from you.
Well, I mean that was my action. I was trying to will myself.
Crying in Symbaroum.
So I mean I can't. Yeah.
Okay.
That's true. That's what I try to tell Bonner all the time. But
there's no crying in Symbaroum.
No, I mean that was my action. I mean I can try. Well, I get a movement. I can try to.
You can still get out there.
So I was trying to move away, and change. So I'm struggling. I've already actually passed my threshold, so I was down anyway.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm trying to crawl away up there, and
well, you only get
probably
knocked down.
minute.
You can only be knocked down at a pain threshold in 1 damage roll.
Blow. One blow.
Not a combination.
Oh, really? So
Only 1 damage roll has to surpass that to knock you prone. So you can take 3 or 4.
Torches of, if I get up there far enough to get that torch and grab it,
Sure.
but I can't attack with it.
No, but you can move. I mean, you still have a move, so you could still, with a spider on your knee, spider on your abdomen, you could certainly move and grab up with a free action, grab up the torch.
Exactly, that's what I'm doing.
All right, round 2. Cabello, you're laying in the dark. Something at your feet. David, let's make a cunning check at -5 for you, sir. No, I'm sorry, a vigilance check at -5.
Okay, I will need a 5 or lower. And 1. Okay.
You actually hear, you just faintly hear echoing out of the mouth of this cave entrance, what sounded like pattering footsteps, and then a fall, like somebody fell. You just picked this up.
Okay.
You make out that Cabello, it sounds like that might have been Cabello with a grunt, echoing up.
Okay. I'll cock my ear that way for a moment. Not really sure if I heard anything or not, and then I'll take a look at Bonner, and then I'll stand up and move towards the cave entrance.
Okay.
And look inside.
As you, Cabello, what are you doing? Are you doing anything? Are you up? Are you coming out?
I'm whatever has broken free from the floor of the cave. I'm going to feel around for and see if I can get it.
Yeah, it's a box of some kind. You can feel it. It feels like it might even be a stone or heavy wood box that you've tripped on, broken loose from the wall or from debris, something.
Okay, all right, yeah. So I'm gonna take that in my arms and make my way out.
Okay.
The cave.
So Malleus, you hear some moving around, and then you hear footsteps. Not long before Malleus, for Cabello, you can hear him clearly running up and out of the passage. He comes up as breaks the sunlight of the passage. You see Cabello with a box in his hands. Let's turn to Thariah. We're in round 2, sir. These spiders are clinging. They're not moving, and you're going to suffer some poison here, sir, this round. So
Yeah.
It's going to be a total for this round 4 more points of poison.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Total.
As I'm sitting there though, let's say I reached down and grabbed the torch, and I had to fall down with my hand as my vision goes blurry a little bit, and I swing around and let my ass in, fall on the ground, and have the torch, and I'm looking at them as all these spiders are coming up, up and around me, and I just feel like my head starts swimming, and I fall like backwards.
Okay.
And a torch falls on me and starts catching fire, and I'll feel the spider go up around my body.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Is I totally just like be covered with them, and then my eyes go black.
Oh,
and I faded.
That's a bad way.
Faded dark.
So we need to make a death roll for you on this first turn.
All right.
Let me look up the page number for the death roll. I think it's here. It is, death roll. So go ahead and make that death test, sir. 1d20 rolls. All you got to do.
7.
7. You are hanging on. You are at death's door, but you are alive. But you are unconscious, and you are hanging on. All right, so Malleus, you're kind of surprised to see Cabello come stumbling out, box in hand.
Okay. All right. What are you doing? What's going on?
Spiders have taken down Thoraya. I barely made it out alive.
Where?
I found this box.
Where's he at?
He's back there somewhere. I don't know.
Is there any
don't know
way
if he's alive.
to see through the shadows at all, the glimmer of the torch at all, or is it too winding, or is it is he too far into the depths of the cave? Or
the original cave of First Branch goes down about 30 feet, then it takes a right turn about 20 feet, then a left turn about 30 feet, then it opens into this cavern. So it's like a little jaggedy, but yeah. So 30 feet in, it takes a right turn.
I asked Cabello. I said, "Why did you leave? What, you left him? Why?"
He was done. He was done. If something happened to me, then you would be done. Two of you would be stuck here in the Davokar without me to lead you out.
We've got another torch, so I'll oh boy, thunder! I'll take that and try to just gingerly go back down the corridor, at least to try to see.
I'll watch the boy.
At least to try to see his body, see what's going on. I just can't,
Yeah, if you move, if you want to move full speed, you can certainly get there in one turn.
Yeah.
If you want to go as quickly as possible.
Quickly. Yeah.
Okay, because you've got a torch, right?
Until I can see the cavern open up, and then I'll come to a stop and look.
Okay. Thoraya, so on this turn, make another death save for me, sir. D20.
20.
20.
Uh-oh.
The character dies.
Don't tell.
Oh!
And it says you're free to say some harsh words if you'd like to, but you're dead.
Yeah, just for a moment there, I was alive enough to feel the extra pincers
the warmth
going in
from the poison circulating through your body, right? Wonderful feeling.
Yeah, and just numb, and I don't know if it's the flame of the torch that caught my robe on fire or the flame of the poison,
right,
or both. But yeah, that's what I've descended to as far as is that. My last thought is like, at least, my body's being recycled. Yet it could be recycled better.
You're being absorbed into the to the Davokar.
Yeah. Malleus, you come running up, step in, and you see Thoraya, torch not moving, torch laying basically on his shoulder as he's on his back. You can see it's caught some of his clothes on fire. He's not moving or flinching. And you see a spider on his abdomen. You see another one crawling around his lower leg and coming up.
How large are these spiders? spider?
About the size of your fist, a little bigger than your fist.
Like a baseball, huh?
Yeah, about softball size.
Yeah,
Perfect. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, okay.
Only two of them. Despite Thoria's feverish claims of seeing in his head, I couldn't have been brought down by just two. It must have been an army of them. It's just two. Yeah.
But I also see the egg sacs all around, though, right?
Yeah, you can, but you also spy. There's some things in here. There's some.
Oh, boy.
There's some chests. There's some furniture. There's some. There would be some stuff that would be interesting to dig through, but yeah. Thoria appears to be eyes wide open, despite him being darkness. His eyes are wide open. Not as these things bite and suck from him his life, and the torch burns on his chest. He appears to be dead.
If we had some oil or something flammable, maybe, but no. I'll hesitate for another moment or two and weigh my odds against that, and I can only imagine how virulent and potent the poison must be to have killed him that quickly, unless he's just paralyzed there with his eyes open. But I'm assuming he's dead since the torch is just burning as well.
Right.
So I'll say you poor bastard, and then I'll leave.
I will tell Bonner of your greatness.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I'll walk away.
Back out. You can certainly mark on the map, gentlemen, that you carry with you that this might be something worth investigating later.
Okay.
Cabello, as you wait for David to return, you open this box. What are you doing?
No. Yes, I do open the box.
Yeah, no. All right.
Yes.
So as you fumble around with it, it is definitely a stone box. It's polished stone, beautiful make. The top lifts off. There's no hinge top. It lifts off, and in it is a realistic doll, and it is of an ancient Symbaroum noble. It's perforated with half a dozen gold needles.
Oh, that's cool.
So it looks almost like a pin cushion of a Symbaroum noble with a dozen gold needles poking in it. So somebody must have like a voodoo doll, I guess.
Yeah.
Hard to know the value, but it's definitely going to have a value as a potential item to sell on the market, etc.
Okay. All right. Super. Okay. I will. I'll take out. No, I'm not gonna take out anything. No, I'm not gonna. Okay, I just close the lid.
Okay.
Okay. And put that aside and go over and see the lad, and then make sure he's okay.
Okay.
Because for all I know, my alias isn't gonna make it back out either. So.
Right. Yeah, you may just wanna cuff this kid's mouth, hold his nose shut, and suffocate him, and walk off into the sunset, leaving nobody to tell the tale of your fabulous find of the temple. Right. No. Unfortunately, just as you're thinking, I could suffocate this kid, put him out of his misery. Malleus is behind you with torch in hand.
Oh, thank God!
I was just petting the kid's forehead.
Yeah. I say I shrug and say he's gone. I say those.
I told you he was. Yes, he went down quickly. Yes, he's very brave in the end. There,
he never yelled out. Never even.
He said no. He said no. He said I am done. You go without me.
Go warn Malleus.
And I said, no, I can't leave you. And he said, get up here, man. He threw me out.
He didn't send you back to tell the boy to come take his place.
Oh my God!
I'm shocked.
Oh gosh.
So he was a noble sort in the end.
He really was. He died. It was a good death, saving me. from the spiders. I will forever be in his debt. Yes.
I nod towards Bonner and I say, "And what are we to do of the lad?"
Well,
Cabello's still thinking about putting him out of his misery. I can tell. It's like, to tell you the truth, Malleus, he's a pain in the arse.
I say he's not too bright, being that he was under the tutelage of Raya, but he has a good heart.
I release you from your
You show up like one of the Obi-Wan and
Yeah.
Obi-Wan's ghost.
yeah.
Oh my God! Looks like it'll be Dell's. It'll be Dell's next character, Bonner. He'll be playing Bonner, the boy.
Oh yeah.
That's what I was thinking.
Well, we will have to
You read
see
my mind.
if the boy survives the night.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I don't think we should stay here in this cave with those things.
No. We should
about.
get out of here. Yes, we should leave.
So you've already succeeded at an orientation check today, so you can easily move along and find a good campsite before the day's out.
Suitable place. Okay.
So that's not a problem. You can move on for the remainder of the day, another 4 or 5 hours march successfully in the right direction through this ravine, up and out of the ravine, and you'll be able to find a suitable place to make shelter and camp. Now we're at 2 hours and 5 minutes, gentlemen. Do you want to call it here? Yeah.
I gotta call it here.
That was
seems like a
only
good
our
spot,
second day, and you've still got about 8 days to get to Malima. So when I was reading this morning, and I was going, okay, I mean, I'm just gonna use this, right? I don't have, and I do have something kind of planned for Malima, and of course, if you hunt in Yondo, but I wanted to hex crawl, and I was looking at this thing going, my God, it's so rare. Every single day, you're gonna run into something almost. It's the percentages you're going to, unlike a 1 on a D8, Wandering Monster in D8, it's what is that, a 12% chance?
I don't know.
This is like a 20% chance you're going to run into enemies. 20% chance you're not going to run into enemies.
Oh, okay.
So there's only 1 to 4 is no enemy.
Yeah. That's brutal.
Yeah, very brutal. And only a 1 to 6 that you don't find a ruin. So
okay.
I thought, so I read this today and I thought, dude, doing the math, I thought, Jesus Christ, lose.
Yeah, dude,
this is why the Davokar is deadly as hell, right?
Yeah.
So, and because you roll an enemy table no matter what, you just modify it by Cabello's success, only by +1 or up to a +2, -2.
Oh, that's an interesting mechanic. Okay.
But holy shite, does it make the Davokar more dangerous than the core book doesn't have this at all. The core book's interlude, scene, and so...
Yeah.
But boy, you go to the treasure hunting portion, suddenly the Davokar is remarkably dangerous, yeah.
That means that...
I mean, you guys are technically level...
Is rare.
You guys are really... Have you leveled up 3 times?
I think so, yeah.
And that's that was just 2 of the Eder herd spiders. They're tiny little... spiders. That's how dangerous this game can be. So this game can be just as deadly as old school. Let's see, those Eder herd they're called. Let's look here.
I see the wheels turning in your head. What are you up to?
The Eder herd is it doesn't say here. Let me look in the main book. The main book will tell you what their difficulty level is. Because again, you just rolled that. David just rolled Eder herd spiders, and so I put them in these ruins. Surprise!
Don't blame it on me.
Yeah, it was David's fault.
I'm gonna have to go with the fact that the Caballo obviously has the thing about spiders. Okay, so that's gonna be part of his character going forward.
Perfect.
There you go.
That he just does not want to deal with spiders at all. Okay,
I hate spiders.
I mean, he has been braver in other situations, but this just. And yes, I
win.
Yeah,
can't. Yeah. So and it did not. I like I said, just thinking of the others, I don't want to leave them abandoned in the Davokar, right? So, but yeah, I think that really comes down to he is just scared shitless. That's going to be his.
Oh yeah.
That's why that happened. Yeah.
Pretty cool. But yeah, that makes for an intense hex crawl. Holy cow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I thought this morning, my God, every single day they're probably going to be potentially in a combat.
Yeah. A life or death situation.
Yeah.
That'd be great.
Yeah.
Little bit of rigor.
Yep. And I just tied both enemies to both ruins. Dell rolled old bridge towers, and you rolled robbers. So I just said I'll put the robbers hiding out at this old bridge, hijacking people.
Yeah. That makes sense. Yeah.
You don't have to, though. I mean, I could have put the robbers at camp at night. They could have wandered in on you at the camp. So it's, but it made sense to tie it directly to the ruin. So, not quite how I would, design the rules for a hex crawl, but it works. It works.
It works.
So, the expedition, the actual expedition excavation rules are pretty cool for digging up or investigating ruins. Those are kind of neat.
Okay, cool.
But yeah,
I'd like to do that.
So we'll either you guys can either right. So again, go ahead, Del, if you want, and make Bonner your next character, and we can either get back to this one, or we can roll back around to David's turn. You guys can always abandon this mission and come back with Bonner's wounded.
I mean, we did make
for David's next session, unless you guys want me to run another one before.
We could do that. Yeah.
I mean, I think another one would be because David's already put in the missive to, to Chamberlain.
Yeah.
So
that's right. Yeah. And again, I don't know if I'll use these rules. I really like Symbaroum as an interlude/scene-driven game, but. So I don't know if I'll continue the hex crawl for the next game. We might just do an interlude of travel and potential threats, etc. But I don't know. We'll see. We'll talk about it in Discord.
Okay.
If you guys want me to run another one so we can get to Malima and pursue Inyondo.
And just say that was what happened.
Part 2. We'll just call it Part 2 of Session 11, Part 2. Yeah, because I don't think you guys will make it to Malima if we do this. I'm telling you, dude, these rules are crazy.
It's too deadly. We won't make it. No.
And I mean, I'm looking at the creatures, and I'm thinking, okay, the ruins are just where you would hunt stuff.
We're only day 2 into this.
I know. Halfway. That was halfway. You're right. And I'm thinking, okay, group of rage trolls, 1 die 4 plus 2. I mean, imagine if you ran into 6 rage trolls, right?
Yeah, it's too deadly.
Yeah. The Ettercops were 1d4, and I just divided it. I just took the average of that, 2, and so there were only 2 spiders in that cabin. But they both ended up on Dell. Yeah.
Well, doesn't that mean then that our characters are not up to task, and maybe we have to go back with our tails behind our. Yeah, you could. You could always abandon. And just admit that we're sorry, but that's just we had no idea.
That's what I mean. The Davokar is wow. You could.
I mean, why? It's supposed to be deadly, and it's supposed to be fearsome, right? And maybe that's what we need to do is go, okay, wait a minute, we got to get out of here.
Well, see, this is what's interesting about Symbaroum, and I can't remember his name now, but I think he's a Swedish gentleman who has a YouTube channel dedicated to Symbaroum. And he did a great video about 6 months ago about why he loves Symbaroum over D&D 5th edition. And number 1, he talks about the 5 traits or the 5 reasons. And number 1 is there is 0 hit point bubble. There's 0 hit point growth. So think about it. You guys have leveled up 3 times. You've only got 10 hit points. Right. So even as you've leveled up, your hit points don't level up. Unless you eventually get to the max of 15 toughness, then you'll have 15 hit points. So so David could have put like all 3 of his XP level ups onto toughness or strong. It's not strong, which strong relates to your. So, and I think all of us have a strength under 10, correct?
Yeah, I might have a 10.
And the lowest you can have is 10 hit points. So, even though my strength for tarot is 7, I still get 10 hit points. You can't be below 10.
Right.
So, how I would have to 10? No. In hit points, in toughness.
In hit points. Not the stat.
Oh,
but
I
the
got
hit.
7.
Yeah. No. So if your strength is 7, Cabello's actually a 10 toughness.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Right.
That's what he means. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
but your pain threshold's based on your half of your strength. So if
Back to
David's
the stat,
strength's
right.
8, his pain threshold's 4, but he gets 10 toughness points. But my point is, let's say so for Cabello to ever get to 15 hit points, I would have to level up 8 times and put every point on my strength to get to 15 toughness. So
Still.
this game is always going to be dangerous, right?
Yeah. No matter what. Yeah.
I don't think we should.
And no matter
we
how
should take
powerful
that
we
away.
get with spells and rituals and armor and weapons,
And,
that's what makes it, in my opinion, that's where D&D fails, is the hit point growth.
Yeah, I did. What was it? 7 or 8 points of damage to that one guy.
Yeah.
You know, so I mean, if you roll low on your armor,
Yep.
you're done. You know, you could be done in one attack in theory.
Yeah,
you know, which I like.
So if Cabello fails any of his orientation rolls, the first thing we do is what's called a mishap. Right? So I'm reading the mishaps today, which is fine. I mean, this stuff's great. But the 10th mishap roll on a 1 die 10 is sinkhole. Whoever's leading the party, which is Cabello, automatically falls into the sinkhole and suffers 12 points of damage.
Oh, wow.
He's gone.
His armor can protect.
even
His armor can protect as usual, and he can make a quick test to dampen the fall and remove 3 of those damage points. So Cabello, literally, had he made a mishap on his orientation and then rolled a 10, and because he's the leader, he would have suffered a fall of minimum of 9 points of damage, plus let's say he soaked 1 point of 8 points. Which again, that's not unlike D&D with a trap. Like you roll a trap and it kills.
Yeah.
It's save or die, right? The difference is there's no save in this, and of course we have death saves, so you could stay alive while people get to you and treat you, etc. And then I was thinking in Discord I should mention. Oh, by the way, gentlemen, do any of you have lay on? Because I was looking at this and I thought, I don't think any of us have lay on hands. None of us have herbs. None of us have medicus. We don't have bandages. I thought, shit, they're not going to make it. They're just not going to make it.
I thought the Raya may have herbs or something.
Live
but I
and
didn't
learn.
know. I didn't
Live and
know.
learn.
That was
I
an
think
assumption on mine.
Vicamir had lay on hands.
See? Okay.
Yeah, Vicamir did. So Vicamir is missed.
Because he did that
Would
with
be missed
Boyd.
in this, right?
He did that with Bonner.
Okay.
So as a old school hex crawl, this is pretty intense. It's pretty intense.
brutal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, but it's imbalanced in that aspect of like you said, like 80%, and you're going. If we got to travel for 10 days, that means 8 days.
Yeah.
I think they're just trying to prove a point that the forest is not to be
That's right.
reckoned with.
And that's
what I kind of feel.
and this is just
it is brutal.
This is the starter box basically bright Davokar. So I'm sure you can buy the other books which push you into the dark Davokar and so it's like, dude, this is intense.
but there are locations in there you can visit that within themselves, ruins or you can't even get to without hurdling all of that in the first place, and how deep you can't even get to it before you're freaking.
Well, that's okay, and so that's the whole right, and see that's the whole point. So this assumes you're going on treasure hunts. So you guys literally on day 1 would have found the bridge, and you would have fought the robbers, and then you would have done an excavation there to dig up treasure.
Right then and there.
Yeah. You weren't supposed to go 10 days into the Davokar. That happened to be the missive asked you to do it. Right?
And my assumption is that the deeper you go, the better the reward, in theory.
Yes, it is.
I don't know.
Yeah.
So
for instance,
now we know,
like this temple.
If we turn back,
that cave we just found.
Yeah.
We've got 2 places that we can go back and check and do excavations.
Exactly.
That's right.
And make a better plan to go back in.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
So if we take the starter set treasure hunting rules, they literally expect you to do an expedition. You might go 1, 2, 3, 4 days in before you find ruins, and then spend time unearthing the ruins, fight whatever beast is there, and then leave and go back and cash it in, right? Or not.
Yeah.
The original Symbaroum core book assumes you're going to do more narrative story ideas, right? I'm going to send you guys to Malima. I'm going to narrate how you get to Malima, and then you guys are going to investigate Malima, and then you're going to hunt this guy down, and right. Mm-hmm. So I certainly wouldn't have tied some kind of adventure. I wouldn't have tied a narrative kind of idea of to this hex crawl. So, so that's why I said if we wanted to do that missive, we'll do it as more of we would narrate the interlude of how you get to Malima, and right, and then in Malima you start your investigation, meeting people, trying to find out where this elf is. Then you'd have to go into the Davokar, maybe make some of these rolls to find him, right?
Just to find him, okay.
Right? Yeah. So in a way, it's two different games. In a way, the starter set came out after the original core book, and this really does say, why don't you just treat this game as a hex crawl treasure hunt? It's pretty cool. It's a pretty neat piece. But it completely in a way it undermines the core rulebook as being more of a planned adventure.
Undermining what you want. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah.
Right. So, which is cool because for those who want to play Symbaroum more like old D&D hex crawl, perfect. Right.
You have an option.
Yeah. And I would like to say we'll miss Thoraya, but not really. I mean, Taro probably won't shed a tear over Thoraya. I have more affinity toward the boy Bonner than I do Thoraya. When he made Thoraya, I immediately thought, oh shit, it's the airbender. We got an airbender here. What's going on,
man? With all due respect, Bill.
Yeah. All due respect.
Yeah, with all due respect.
Well, that's unfortunate. And Cabela's got the best tactics. Get the hell out of there, man.
Yeah, I can't blame him for that.
No.
It's pretty cool. Well, thanks, you gentlemen. That was
all
fun.
Right, guys.
I hope you enjoyed trying the hex crawl rules. That was pretty neat.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
It was good. Really good.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, and I don't mind a character dying in that situation. It's especially with that deadly aspect of the game. Because you can't get out like that.
Well, and if you hadn't rolled the 20, you wouldn't have died immediately. But you rolled
when I
the
saw
lucky
that,
20.
I knew that wasn't good. you sealed the.
You could have lingered on for a while.
If you would have lingered there long enough to make Malleus make a tough decision. Do I kill these spiders and save him, or do I let him die? Right?
Yeah. Let him die. Do I leave him there?
Right.
Twice in one day. Oh,
right.
Oh gosh.
That's actually the first death so far.
I think it is, isn't it?
Shig almost died when that troll gobsmacked him.
Yeah.
Because you were knocked unconscious in that, if I remember right. Weren't you knocked unconscious against the troll? It smacked the snot out of you.
I did death rolls.
Yeah.
I did like 3 death rolls.
Yeah.
I think it's still past them.
Yeah, I mean, you roll it. That's what we're going to get, So, no, it was fun.
Yep.
But what is the death roll? What's the
a 1, you wake up immediately, a conscious, but with 1 hit point. 20, you die immediately. The first roll you made says you just lingered. There's no effect. But if you roll, I think, 15 to 11 to 19, you get so many more turns before you die. So if you roll 11 to 19, suddenly you only got 2 turns left, and you got to roll again.
Bleeding out.
So you'll bleed out, correct, right. So it sets it that you're now limited on how many times you can roll it. But you can roll between 2 and 10 infinitely.
Oh, okay.
You could roll 2. Okay, I'm hanging on. 10, 8, 5, 10, 8, 7. You could literally linger on for if you did not roll above 11 or a 20. Or 1, you wake up.
Just laying around with 1 hit point.
Unless the troll steps on you,
Right, yeah. And of course the creature can kill you with, And then there is optional rules in the core book for instant death. So you don't get to make death saves, you get 0. You die, right?
Yeah.
So, anyway, I could have let you spend a corruption or spend take a corruption and re-roll your death save there, but that's an optional rule we're not using, so tough. Thoraya, you're our first real death. Shig, you sacrificed Shig, so that don't count.
Yeah, you threw Shig to the wolves. So.
Oh, but yeah, it made sense within the.
Yeah, I know.
story.
I know. Still, yeah.
Especially with that third eye, it worked in perfectly.
Yeah.
You knew that, but Sig didn't know that.
That's
though.
right. Yeah, that's right.
But see, when y'all were fighting him, that's what I think Big Lug said, hit him in the eye, you know?
Mhm.
And so I always look, that's one thing I love about the creatures. When you went up against that willow, ravenous willow, and it had that root wall that was coming up that
Yeah.
separated y'all. You know what I mean? So I love the technical aspects that the creatures do, and that's what
Yeah.
I try to do.
Mhm.
At least with Chig when I was throwing him at y'all,
Mhm.
like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
But yeah, the creatures, they're definitely deadly.
Yeah.
Yeah, these enter herds are fist-sized spiders that hunt prey in packs. It's crazy.
Yeah. No.
Spiders
No.
that hunt in packs.
No.
Yeah, it's like that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And they're, by the way, they have 10 hit points
what?
each. So it's crazy. It's like what?
Oh, they're
Yeah,
tough.
yeah, they all are. Everything in here is. It's like what the hell?
There's a certain move that the Rye had that well, you plant the staff as blood. If I'd had my staff at the time, I think I did. No, that's all part of the story. You know, I didn't want to go back far or anything. A blood
You
storm.
could have gone back and negotiated your staff back.
Yeah, I could have did something like that. But
Continuity, baby.
something
You dropped
like
your
that-
staff when you passed out, so I left it.
No, that's perfect. It makes perfect sense. I'm just talking about it as far as like with
Right.
the creatures too. But there's also certain weapons like this.
Yeah.
It's a blood storm. You plant the staff, and it's a ritual thing. But the blood, like you're in the eye of the storm. The blood
Right.
circulates
Oh.
around. And
Right.
anything caught outside of it will take 1d4 damage from the blood going in this mouth and nose.
Right.
You know what I
right.
mean? Cutting it out. And that's what I did inside that cavern. I was like, dang, in that moment, I was like, dang, I wish I had saw the staff. That
Oh,
would be
yeah.
perfect.
Yeah.
But
Oh,
you know what I mean? Because I discipline, I have to wipe them off the walls, just take them out and allow us to get out and back at their place. So there are weapons or techniques or rituals.
oh yeah.
Counter.
And there are
Saves
some
your
rituals
butt,
that
you
can give you more hit points. I haven't done the math, but I think he said in his video with the right rituals and the right feats or whatever, you can get up to 30 hit points in this game.
Oh wow.
Which would be, but you have to activate a ritual or whatever to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have to. Yeah.
But aside from that,
Right.
you're probably never going to have more than 10 hit points generally, right? So,
Wow. Yeah,
You know, like his free action, he can activate and do 1d4 aside from any kind of bypass his arm.
Well,
That's in addition to his regular attack, and like Shig had curse, so that was a free action.
Yeah.
So you can,
yeah, I mean, what
Well, yeah,
makes
I mean,
you powerful
it's
in
cool-
this
it's cool
are
how
all
it
of your
works,
rituals, and yes. But you're vulnerable
Yeah.
to damage.
honestly, knowing that, and it might be, well, I don't look at it as metagaming, but just as my character knowing how vulnerable people are, that's why I figured, okay, what were my chances of running into that group of bandits
Correct.
and thinking that they shouldn't be able to withstand, an
Correct.
onslaught,
Right.
if I go in there and do it, and that's pretty much what I mean, I could have rolled horribly and it could have backfired on me, but
Yeah.
I took my chances.
Oh, and
So
with
that's
your two attacks and your bonus, you were gonna kill. You were gonna on one shot. You would kill most one, and you actually
that's what
you killed one and damn near killed the other in one turn.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is cool. I mean, that's what makes you better than I won't say better than the monsters, but better than a robber or bandit or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. And even these spiders, you would have almost waylaid completely. The great thing is the pain
Yeah,
threshold. So even if you smacked the spider, as long as you did more than 4, it was going to flip it across the room, basically, right? Which
But that poison,
Yeah.
that
yeah. And the poison
That
is
weight,
guaranteed damage for 2 rounds. So for 2 rounds, you'll
Yeah.
suffer a minimum amount of poison for 2 straight rounds. Then it's gone. Then you
When Del
survive
did-
it.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Well, yeah.
So had he rolled better armor on the bites, he could have actually soaked
survived.
the bite damage, but the poison damage he was going to suffer 2 for 2 rounds, which is why he suffered 4 automatically the second round because he'd been bit twice. But his armor could have conceivably soaked almost all the bite damage the first 2 bites.
Yeah.
Had he rolled better,
Yeah.
right?
I mean, poison works like it should. I mean, it's
Yep.
it's supposed to be,
Yep.
it's nothing you want to mess around with.
Right,
there
and
you
there's no save or death roll. I mean, save versus death. So
Yeah.
I mean, if
It's
you,
gonna-
you could survive some poisoning, but it's, ideally, you don't want to get bit by multiple creatures that have poison.
Yeah.
Hopefully, you want Todd to take one of those creatures.
Cabello. Cabello.
I mean,
All right, guys,
I'm just
I gotta
saying.
go.
I got
Talking all night with you guys. So.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys. It was
Thanks again
fun.
for the game.
We can now say we did
appreciate it. Yeah, it was.
we can now say we did the starter box hex crawl rules. So
I don't know.
Very
cool.
cool.
We may
Cool.
revisit them.
Yep,
that was great.
Sounds
Yeah, I'm just glad Thariah got a chance to topple that dude off the
Yeah.
tower.
There you go.
that was awesome.
Nice.
Swinging for him in defense is like, oh.
Yeah.
All right. Good
But
night,
anyway,
folks.
Okay, fellas. Good night.
guys.
Thanks, guys.
Okay.